This is it. I'm not sure how much he has left. Oh, man, what a strike. Set him up, Russian leg sweep. Point of the elbow. Oh, what impact.
I have to tell you, the RKO from Randy Orton is a thing of beauty. Well, unless you're the one who's getting dropped by it. The Apex Predator's speed and power are just the beginning because an RKO can occur at any moment.
Suplex! Classic.
Randy Orton was just one step behind there, guys.
Corey, it still amazes me how quickly Randy Orton can strike an opponent with the RKO. Obviously, the WWE Universe feels the same way since the hashtag out of nowhere trends on social media whenever the Viper uncoils.
It doesn't matter if an opponent is behind Randy Orton, in front of him, attacking him. The Viper is always one RKO from victory. Oh, man, Randy Orton's in trouble. The Apex Predator might be fading here. Nobody controls the pace of a match quite like this guy.
He has something big planned.
Randy Orton isn't liking this.
Great job escaping, trying to turn this thing around.
Oh, what a clothesline.
Forcefully delivered.
And Randy Orton just slips out of harm's way.
For a few years, Randy Orton brought his career to even greater heights by aligning with the Authority as their personally appointed face of the WWE.
And Gallagher says, not this time.
What a stomp!
Good grief. Michael mentioned Randy Orton as the face of the WWE, given his long history aligning with Triple H. It made perfect sense for the game to give the Viper preferential treatment, main events, and a lengthy world title reign.
Gentlemen, it was so much more than their history that made Randy Orton the face of WWE. Randy Orton has the look, style, and the attitude of a champion, and that is why Triple H made him the centerpiece of the Authority for so long. Uh-oh. Hung out to dry.
Oh! That's how you put an exclamation point on the end of a match, guys.
Over 15 years into his WWE career, there were a few firsts left for Randy Orton to conquer. But he found one when he beat Bobby Roode and captured the United States Championship for the very first time. Orton looking for some
RKO out of nowhere! Just when you thought he had nothing left. Michael mentioned Randy Orton's United States title win, and true to Orton form, it came out of nowhere. After a quickly intensifying rivalry, the Viper beat the Glorious One at Fastlane for the one title he had yet to claim.
In the process, Orton became only the 10th person in WWE history to become a Grand Slam champion, which requires you hold the tag titles, the United States title, Intercontinental title, and a WWE championship. Another apex for the Apex Predator.
Got to get back in the ring.
We might just have a count out on our hands, Cole.
Lightning fast reflexes.
Oh, the double axe handle.
Incredible height.
Oh, no. And a reverse DDT. He's got to hurry if he doesn't want to get counted out here.
Time's certainly not on his side, Michael.
Oh, look at this. Look at the suplex off the top rope.
Ooh, what impact.
This is what makes him one of the best in the business. No, he reverses it.
Beautiful technique.
Wait a minute. Looking a little out of it up on that turnbuckle.
Oh, this could very well be the beginning of the end. Uh-oh. Hung out to dry.
Good night. Here's his moment, Michael. It'd be hard for Gallagher to come back now.
Hard, but not impossible.
Randy better not lose focus on what matters, and that's winning this match. If he sticks this, he is done. Randy Orton playing it up, but I'm not sure it's the right time or place.
Back in the ring now. Look out here. Oh, God, that hurt. Randy Orton looking to end this. This one's for good.
An RKO! But he's running on fumes here. Does he have enough left in him to capitalize?
He's going for the pin.
Randy Orton wins.
Here is your winner.
I like this kid. Bright, bright future for this young man. And we're underway. Looking at these two men, I don't think there's going to be anything traditional about this one-on-one matchup.
And the slam.
Nailed it.
Oh, right to the face.
Destroyed.
Looks like he's starting to sweat now.
But it's going to take a lot more than that to stop him here tonight.
And he's been gambling quite a bit here tonight. There's plenty of reward that goes along with being outside the ring as much as he has been, but there's a ton of potential risk.
The good news for him is that he doesn't appear to have taken too much offense up to this point, but that can obviously all change here.
Enziguri.
Oh, what incredible power!
Wow, what a vertical suplex. Dangerously close to getting counted out.
Definitely cutting it close, Michael.
Drop kick.
Oh, great height.
Ooh, what an uppercut. Oh, man, what a hit.
Knocked right off the apron.
Incoming. He wants no part of the outside. Too quick for him there. He's going for it all. Look at this. This might be it.
Oh, my. Oh, boy, he is rolling.
Randy Orton might be the most successful third-generation wrestler. And here he comes, set up with a famed Orton stomp.
Almost like Randy enjoys this. Incredible combo.
This is all but over. He has him right where he wants him.
It might be cliche, but it's true here. It ain't over till it's over. You both started the Orton family tree with the discussion of Bob Orton Sr., but Randy's father, Cowboy Bob Orton, has an impressive pedigree too as a WWE superstar, including being in Roddy Piper's corner during major matches at the first two WrestleManias.
As great as his father and grandfather were, Randy brought the Orton name to even greater heights with multiple WrestleMania main events and over a dozen WWE Championship reigns.
Look out! Oh, an elbow drop!
Oh, piercing elbow.
The elbow! Oh, and he's taken off his feet.
I'll tell you, he can't afford to be horizontal at this point in the match, Cole.
We've seen this before. Is he done? He breaks out.
He's not done just yet, Michael.
Oh, nasty impact.
Elbow drop with authority. He's looking at it.
And here comes Orton.
Is he done? WWE fans watching this match all around the world. Nicely done as he gets out of the submission.
Color me surprised, Michael. I did not see that one coming.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Here we go.
Uh-oh. Hung out to dry.
Vintage Randy Orton.
Game, set, match. This one is over.
Hey, what goes up must come down.
Look at Tyler Bate. Oh, clothesline. Down he goes.
That'll do it every time. impact.
Thunderous slam.
You gotta believe this one's over.
Nailed it.
Oh no. RKO out of nowhere. That's how you put an next.
His shoulders are down. That's it. The match is over.
Here is your winner.
You can bet that Pete Dunne is going to look to utilize his classic English mastery of submission holds and attacking an opponent's limbs. Dunne is also notorious for pushing the limits of WWE's rulebook.
And guys, I've been looking forward to this submission match ever since it was announced.
Drop down. Drop down. Drop down. WWE made history in 2017 with a tournament to crown the inaugural United Kingdom champion, which I was lucky enough to call in person. And in that tournament, this man, Pete Dunne, emerged as the next can't-miss superstar.
Double underhook suplex. I'd agree with what Michael was saying about Pete Dunne's performance in the UK Championship Tournament. If you didn't know him heading in, you sure as heck knew who he was coming out.
I'll tell you one person who definitely knew who Pete Dunne was after coming out, and that's William Regal. Regal was absolutely irate after Dunne launched a pre-match attack on his second-round opponent.
A knee drop.
I think we're about to see a high-risk move from the top rope.
Pete Dunne is all about the intimidation. He's a man of few words, but actions like holding the United Kingdom Championship in his teeth as he glares at his competition down the ramp sends a message to his opposition.
Yeah, that message is you're about to become the recipient of a pummeling courtesy of the Bruiserweight.
Elbow drop.
Bringing back up Pete Dunne's penchant for intimidation, I'm fine with sending a message during his entrance, but his attacks before... Stomping away! Punishing the human body. This could be it, guys.
He might have it.
And RKO! There is no coming back from that one.
That one fails to connect.
Great idea by him. Too bad it was awfully executed, though. The WWE Universe witnessed a classic submission match at 2016's Extreme Rules event. The Queen, Charlotte Flair, defended her Women's Championship against Natalya. One thing I thought was unfair about the match is that there was a ban against the Nature Boy Ric Flair being at ringside. If Flair appeared, Charlotte would lose the match and her women's crown.
Corey, you spoke of the submission match between Charlotte Flair and Natalya, and I need to point out that this match was not Flair's figure eight versus Natalya's sharpshooter. Victory could be achieved by making your opponent tap out to any submission maneuver. I think we all know why the Nature Boy was banned from ringside.
When Natalya had Charlotte locked in the sharpshooter, it seemed that the Queen of Hearts was going to be crowned the new champion. Of course, that was until Dana Brooke distracted Daddy, giving Charlotte the opening to lock on the figure 8 and force Natalya to submit. It wouldn't be...
Randy Orton is getting ready here.
One of the things a superstar who's competing in a submission match has to be careful of is if they have...
And he breaks free.
Just when you thought he was out of this one.
Byron, you brought up that a submission match can be especially dangerous for a competitor who's injured or had a known injury. I think that's why it's just as important as submission match to be able to reverse the submission move from an opponent as it is to apply a submission maneuver to an opponent. If a superstar can't reverse an opponent's submission, then they're certainly going to be in trouble.
Some superstars have more than one submission at their disposal.
Uh-oh. Hung out to dry.
Good night.
This one's over, guys.
I'd say every superstar remembers their first match on Raw, but for Pete Dunne, Byron, his first match has a little... Look at that in a second. KO out of nowhere.
That is gut.
Here he goes. Is he done? He forces his way free.
Man, he just has so much resolve.
We already established that Pete Dunne was successful in his first Raw match, but to me, the biggest takeaway from that was that the 23-year-old didn't exhibit an ounce of nervousness.
I think we know what this is.
He's definitely starting to lose it here.
How'd he do that?
I don't know, Michael, but good thing. I don't think he could have taken much more of that. Randy Orton just slips out of harm's way.
I'd say every superstar remembers their first match on Raw, but for Pete Dunne, Byron, this could end it in a hurry.
He looks to be losing a bit of leverage here.
He breaks out.
He's not done just yet, Michael.
Scoop slam.
And here comes Randy Orton.
Interesting decision here, Corey.
I don't know. I kind of like it. He clearly wants to inflict some more punishment.
We already established that Pete Dunne was successful in his first Raw match, but to me, the biggest takeaway from that was that the 23-year-old didn't exhibit an ounce of nervousness in front of a sellout crowd of nearly 15,000 in his home.
Randy Orton is getting ready here.
Success breeds success, and he's definitely having some right now.
When we talk about submission matches, we have to speak about one that, in many people's eyes, set the standard. It was WrestleMania 13.
And we're on the way. Looking at these two men, I don't think there's going to be anything traditional about this one-on-one matchup.
And man, I never get tired of watching these guys compete.
Randy Orton has over 15 years of experience in WWE, and he hasn't slowed down a step.
Yeah, if anything, the Vipers become even more proficient with that devastating RKO.
What a stomp.
Good grief.
Knee stomp.
That'll ruin your leg.
I'd say Drew McIntyre's career is a story of two completely different chapters. McIntyre himself would tell you his first chapter didn't quite go as planned, but boy, chapter 2 is a whole nother story. He misses the dive.
And unfortunately for him, there was no water in the pool.
He's stalking his opponent from the top turnbuckle.
Michael, I like your analogy of McIntyre's career as two different chapters. And while chapter one didn't necessarily blow anybody away, there was a...
The devastating Orton stomp.
Punishing the human body. Big opportunity here.
Orton looking at herself.
An RKO! This just might be enough for...
He goes for the cover.
If you recall, guys, when Drew McIntyre first showed up here in 2009, he was anointed the Chosen One. And while it may have been premature back then, I'd say McIntyre is more than living up to it nowadays.
Randy Orton, no problem getting out of that one.
As Byron alluded to, Drew McIntyre's initial run in WWE had ups and downs, but ever since his return in 2017, I'd say McIntyre's among the most dominant superstars on the roster.
As with the people he's defeated since returning. And let's look at some of these names, Cole. Bobby Roode, Andrade Cien Almas, Seth Rollins. Those are some pretty big names, if you ask me.
Jumping, leaping attack. I don't think I've seen a superstar more driven to succeed than Drew McIntyre. When he was released in 2014, McIntyre said he'd be back, and that's exactly what happened.
Oh, McIntyre really took a negative and turned it into a positive. Instead of feeling sorry for himself and blaming everybody else, he traveled the globe and made himself an even bigger star.
And he's heading back in.
Following up on what you two were saying, wow, I thought he was a goner. And here comes Orton.
And here comes Randy.
Oh, what impact.
That's how you put an exclamation point on the end of a match, guys.
Momentum is fully in the corner of Randy Orton now.
Close to getting a count out here.
Nah, this is just some strategic gamesmanship.
I'd say Drew McIntyre's career is a story of two completely different chapters. McIntyre himself would tell you his first chapter didn't quite go as planned, but boy, chapter 2 is a whole nother story.
It might be cliche, but it's true here. It ain't over till it's over. Michael, I like your analogy of McIntyre's career as two different chapters. And while chapter 1 didn't necessarily blow anybody away, there was a foreshadowing of his future success.
Oh, even Mr. McMahon himself called McIntyre a future world champion, which of course later came true in 2017 when McIntyre defeated Bobby Roode for the NXT Championship.
Whoa, McIntyre able to avoid damage there.
Look out here.
Oh, that might have just broken something.
Near a count out here, Corey.
It would be a shame if this ends in a count out, Cole.
Randy Orton was just one step behind there, guys.
Randy Orton is one of the most dominant competitors in WWE history with few weaknesses. Corey, how would you target the Apex Predator?
One needs to look at Orton's medical history for the key. More than anything else, shoulder injuries have put the Viper on the sideline.
Corey brought up Orton's many shoulder injuries earlier, and my quick research corroborates that. He suffered one just 6 months into his career and has been out of action as recently as 2016 due to shoulder issues.
Well, even if you don't re-injure the Apex Predator's shoulder, it's still smart to target it as you'll drastically reduce the effectiveness of his RKO.
Uh-oh, Cole, I think we know what the Viper's doing.
Yeah, Randy Orton was in position.
Here's his moment, Michael.
This is Randy Orton's chance. For someone to survive a battle against Randy Orton, two things are critical. One, do not fall victim to the Viper's mind games. He's a master in psychological warfare. And number two, stay away from the RKO.
And if he hits this,
RKO out of nowhere. That has got to be it.
Orton better not waste this opportunity.
Randy Orton looking to end this. And one more time.
An RKO. But he's running on fumes here. Does he have enough left in him to capitalize?
He's got him covered. I don't believe it. This one is over.
Here is
You can feel the electricity running through this arena. This is going to be some battle. One-on-one, mano-a-mano.
And the beauty of this Falls Count Anywhere match means we might just have the deciding fall take place right here in front of us.
Vicious strike. Slammed with authority. You gotta believe this one's over. Neck breaker.
British Bulldog not looking good here. He looks to be a little surprised right now.
This might be it. Oh, my. Harsh impact. Ooh, what impact.
Ah, what a neck breaker. They get dangerous out here, especially when there are no countouts.
What are we gonna see here?
Hung up on the...
Ooh, just dropped.
They get dangerous out here, especially when there are no countouts.
Oh, nasty impact.
Bulldog not looking himself here. He doesn't want to absorb much more punishment if he wants to win this match.
He has to remember that falls count anywhere in this match. And given his condition right now, he may fall victim to that sooner than later.
He's not looking like himself right now, and I hate to say it, but this might be the beginning of the end for him here.
Real quick and...
Oh, no. Randy, oh, here's his chance to win this. Come on, British Bulldog, you can do this.
Orton looking for some bang.
Cutter. That one should put the Bulldog down for good. Come on, British Bulldog, you can do this. In describing this match, Corey, you said it can end anywhere, which means we could see this match conclude in the ring, the stands, the locker room. Heck, it could even end outside the streets. And on top of that, it's worth noting that anything is legal in this match, guys. The only rule is there are no rules.
When it comes to Falls Count Anywhere matches, for my money, there are few better than the November 2016 battle between Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks.
Oh, clobbered by the steps.
That'll make you reassess some things.
Oh, clobbered by the steps.
That'll make you reassess some things.
Oh, clobbered by the steps.
That'll make you reassess some things.
Speaking of that classic Charlotte-Sasha encounter Corey mentioned, we should add that it was the first time ever that the Women's Championship changed hands in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
And guys, I will never forget the image of Charlotte tapping out to that unique bank statement in the crowd, surrounded by the WWE Universe.
He's fighting back here.
I expected nothing less, Cole.
Well, guys, the referee should have it relatively easy here tonight because, as you know, in a Falls Count Anywhere match, anything goes.
Beautiful technique.
The quick reversal there by Randy Orton.
Hard to argue your take on this match, Michael. When there are no rules to enforce, the official's sole responsibility in a match like this is to simply declare the victor.
Yeah, the referee may only have one job, but I'm still willing to bet he finds a way to mess it up. Uh-oh. Hung out to dry.
Vintage Randy Orton.
That one should put the Bulldog down for good. Nobody can sustain a drop like that, Michael.
Randy Orton might be the most successful third-generation wrestler in WWE history. The Orton family has been a fixture. And here comes RKO out of nowhere.
But he's running on fumes here. Does he have enough left in him to capitalize?
This is going to be big, one way or another. Going to the top, high risk.
You both started the Orton family tree with the discussion of Bob Orton Sr., but Randy's father, Cowboy Bob Orton, has an impressive pedigree too as a WWE superstar, including being in Roddy Piper's corner during major matches at the first two WrestleManias.
As great as his father and grandfather were, Randy brought the Orton name to even greater heights with multiple WrestleMania main events and over a dozen WWE Championship reigns.
For someone to survive a battle against Randy Orton,
The Bulldog may sense it's time.
Bad move there.
I don't know what made him think that was a good idea.
Lariat. Goes down hard. The Apex Predator is so dangerous in so many ways that what you said earlier, Corey, is more than accurate. Randy Orton can slither his way into an opponent's mind and then end it all with one RKO.
Randy Orton does unbelievable things when he hears the voices in his head. The Viper's opponents must try to escape the psychological torture and at all costs stay far away from the RKO.
Incredible impact.
You know, I'd say the Falls Count Anywhere match was popularized back in the Attitude Era, but before that, I remember Pat Patterson and Sergeant Slaughter's fame.
The devastating Orton stomp.
Multiple stomps. Here's his moment, Michael.
As Byron mentioned, the Pat Patterson Sergeant Slaughter alley fight had many of the elements of a Falls Count Anywhere match. Most notably, I'd say, was the heavy weapon usage.
Yeah, that match had everything from cowboy boots to brass knuckles, but more importantly, weren't you born in 1981, Sexton?
Good point.
Superplex. Randy Orton looking to end this. He's looking at RKO.
Wow, I'm just as surprised.
He's got the shoulders down.
Guys, the most important thing for a superstar to remember in a
The cover, and this one's